And I learned that I was resilient because I can't tell you the experience that I had. When you say like everyone sort of not talk to you, that's kind of how it started for me. It's like a pariah almost. I don't know, I just didn't have any support. And I thought I was just doing a bad job, right? I mean, I would turn things in, and I was working a lot for the managing partner, and I thought, maybe I'm doing wrong. But one of my coworkers said, yeah, she was bragging about how you went on your summary judgment, motions, and how your discovery responses are really well written. But I never heard that feedback. And when other partners across the firm would send, oh, I work with Ike, I really like this, my partner would never respond, would never say, yes, she does. And so on top of some other issues I was having with the firm, I decided to leave, and everyone said, you should not leave, because you've only been there less than 2 years, and it could hurt your career. But I realized something. There were things I took that I realized I can do this, but I'm not going to do it here. And so I had to reset. And I left to do a clerkship in I went from being at an employment firm to a bankruptcy court, working and being a clerk for a federal bankruptcy judge. Knew nothing about bankruptcy, but did really well. I learned that I like to learn new things, but I never gave up that I was going in-house. And I think Gordon will tell you, I spent the day being a bankruptcy clerk. I spent the night networking, going to every event that I could, and colleagues, people who I went to law school with who are now in-house, were allowing me to go with them even though I was not, technically a practicing attorney.
Yes.
And so you have to believe in yourself, but also understand what you want to correct going forward, because I understood that maybe my delivery and wasn't always the best. And having emotional intelligence was really key. And so what I learned from that is I'm resilient. I can get to where I want to be, but my path may look differently, but I believe in me, and I had a support system that believed in me, namely my husband, who was like, let's switch it to law school, and now you want to stop, but so just be resilient, and everybody's path doesn't look the same. So when someone tells you you can't do it that way, listen to them and nod and be like, well, you don't know me, because I'm going to do what I need to do, and do it, and be graceful when you do it, but take people's opinions. You don't have to agree with them, but continue to do what you want to do, and just be resilient. So.
Can I stay with you on this authenticity thing?
Yes.
Because we had a discussion about this authenticity deal, and I have come to believe that conformity is not the enemy of authenticity. Let me say that again. Conformity is not the enemy of authenticity, and that which makes us our authentic selves is something different than our preferences.
Yes.
Y'all with me?
Yes.
And sometimes we confuse the two. Yeah? I want to talk about the ABCs. You dropped some dimes on us on the call about the ABCs as a framework for the steps we should take to create conditions so that we can be our full selves in these law firm settings. You guys with me? Talk to me about the ABCs.
I think that in a law firm setting, a in-house setting, the ABCs is what I always tell myself that I stay true to, as well as my mentees, which is add value, that's the A. B is the build your brand, and C is be consistent. Because when you do that, people look at you for the work and for what you produce. You add it, they know they can depend, like Ivory, she has a great response time. Ivory's work is always great. She addresses the problem, she's very practical, she knows the business. And so when I show up, the authenticity is that yes, I wear my hair natural. Yes, I have a nose ring, but that's not how it started for me, right? I wanted to demonstrate first who I was before people, because people, I mean, whether you said, they judge you by how you look, right? And to authenticity is about who we are innately. Our hair is innately different, right, than others. But, you know, wearing, I don't know, boy shorts is not authenticity to who we are, right? That's a preference. So it's important that you know before you sort of make a demand on being accepted that you added value. Someone can say, oh, I've worked with her, right? And so I think that she does great on this. Your brand is strong and you're consistent. So it's not about what you did last year, it's what you do every single day. And so that's how you can sort of build the bridge and be yourself and be authentic. And then that way people who come behind you will feel comfortable being themselves as well. But you also help them with the ABCs, right? And I just think that that's important. I don't know if I covered.
No, that was brilliant. Any questions, any comments out here? Questions, comments, yes.